Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Arell. This video is a meditation video. I think it's a meditation video on genital mutilation trauma. So, I've been running into issues with this lately, with healing genital mutilation trauma. I wrote a whole book on the subject, and I feel like there's a lot of valuable stuff in there that helps, but I wouldn't say my genital mutilation trauma is fully healed, and in fact, I've started to come to doubt um, what is healing? So it's very deeply philosophical, I guess, for a meditation, but meditations can be philosophical. Let's ask that question. What is healing to you? What is healing? What is that? It's a good question to ask yourself and then meditate on for a bit. What is healing? It's a word I only started using in the past couple years. Actually, after getting my psychology degree. What is healing? It's good sometimes to slow down and ask yourself these deep questions. I realize it's not typical for a YouTube video, but why not, you know? I'm a rule breaker if there ever was one. What is healing? To me, it's basically about confronting a wound in a psychological context, right? In this emotional context of circumcision. There's a trauma here, right? Where you feel really, really, really upset about it. And every day, I'm like confronting it because I'm trying to find solutions for genital mutilation. You know, ending it, right? Making the culture aware of it and ending it. But more importantly, actually, for me, um, is shifting the culture, shifting it so that everyone gets like the foreskin is extremely valuable, so that the billion mutilated men, you know, donate whatever it is, $1 each, so that we can regenerate our foreskins. Frankly, you know, I think that's true healing, is regenerating your foreskin and having your whole fucking dick, right? To me, that's healing. That's healing. That's the reason I joined the movement in the first place. I joined as Foragin's podcast host so that I could get my fucking foreskin back, right? Because that's healing. Really. Maybe there's emotional healing beyond that, too, in addition to that. That's healing to me. So I ask you this question so you can ask yourself this question. What is healing to you? It's a good question to really think about. If you're interested in fixing this, that's another word for it, fixing it, you know, or addressing it, making it as much better as it can be, making it better insofar as is possible. Excuse me. So it's difficult, right? Because you can even make a lot of progress in healing, and I have. I've healed a lot. Excuse me. I've healed quite a bit, and I still feel like there's a lot of healing left to do. Like it's endless. It just feels kind of endless, actually. Like I don't know if it's actually possible to heal all the way, truly. And I've gotten that sense from other people I've talked to sometimes. Once in a while, someone's like, "Yeah, if I healed all my trauma, it's 100% healed. No trauma left." Um, it's a complicated thing, right? Because it's physical. You're dealing with the physical injury. It's relational, so you're dealing with your parents and you're dealing with society. And it's sexual. You're confronting, like, every time you think about sex, it's like, oh yeah, sex is great, but also I'm genitally mutilated. And sex reminds me of that constantly. And I can't think about sex without thinking about that. And also, it's this horrible, violent procedure. Watching a circumcision online is like the worst experience of my life, possibly. It's bad, you know. Interestingly enough, that's one aspect of the trauma that I've actually healed the most. I used to have a lot of images and replay this sort of experience in my mind of being circumcised as a baby, of having this torturous act inflicted on me. And after processing that memory and that image quite a lot in EMDR and other sessions, I actually am not bothered by that anymore. It's not like I'm just fine watching the procedure and can watch a child being mutilated and tortured without being bothered by it. But unless I'm watching it, it's not like I don't think about it often, um, or ever really. Actually, it used to like taunt me every night as I was trying to sleep. It would just replay in my mind over and over, and now I don't ever think about it. I think largely because of the trauma processing that I did. So I do believe that you can release parts of the trauma, right? But for me, I'm still unimaginably fucking angry at my parents. I'm still sexually incapacitated, um, in a big way. Psychologically, not even physically, really. I mean, physically, I could probably have and enjoy sex pretty normally as any genitally mutilated man, which is decent. But psychologically, I can't fucking do. It's just too. It's so horrible because it keeps bringing this back to me, right? So sexually, parents-wise, and society-wise, it's like fuck. I hate this stupid society. I hate a lot of things are reminding me of it still, and um, so to me, healing has to be on kind of all of those fronts. And really, I feel like I've only successfully dealt with one with all of the healing work that I've done. It's like, it's outrageous. Um, because I don't know how to. Is it just more of the same? I don't know. More EMDR focused on foreskin specifically, and like the experience of not having it sexually. I would highly recommend doing what I'm doing right now, which is talking about it, especially in sort of this contemplative sort of way. Um, Taking a step back and breathing and kind of getting still and seeing what comes up around it, and just talking through the different elements of it can be helpful to start to get a hold on it for yourself. To get a deeper understanding of it. And just to feel some space. It's like when it's going on inside my head, it's just like endlessly playing back different tapes of shit, and I can't stop. There's no way out of it. When I talk out loud, I feel more conscious of molding my words a little bit, and aware of what I'm saying. Whereas when I say it inside my head, it's kind of automatic. Here I'm aware of it, and then I can slow down the pace and sort of reflect as I'm talking. Hearing it out loud gives me a lot more self-reflective ability. So I'd recommend it very highly. Talking out loud about the trauma, about genital mutilation, about different aspects of it. I'm cognizant sometimes of feeling like I should be making better videos. I feel like I used to make better videos. That were like, I really would sit with it and think about it hard, and then I'd do my best to really make a good video that made a certain point and was interesting and engaging, and I was in the habit of doing it every day. If the first one was shit, I'd do a retake of it. So I regret not doing that more a little bit, but also I feel like I've evolved a little bit in a way to where, because making videos isn't the only thing I do, like making videos isn't my main thing now. My main thing is kind of trying to, I wrote this book, I'm trying to organize this new organization, Intact Community, and I feel like I'm operating at a slightly higher level to where I don't feel the pressure to make content for others so much as I feel I need to make it for myself, if that makes any sense. I feel as I'm doing this, it's like I look and it's like part of me is like, you should be saying something more interesting. And then part of me is like, no, yeah, maybe it would be nice. But like, what you really need is to actually be honest with yourself and really think deeply about this and get to the truth of it. Reflect deeply so that you can find a deeper answer that will make a massive impact. I'm not just trying to educate someone. It's almost non-essential for me to share this video or to post it. I like to, because posting it helps me, knowing that I'm talking to someone helps me stay a little bit on track. Otherwise I get really out there. Knowing that someone's going to watch this helps me be a little bit more focused. But like, in a way, it's like, I feel like it's good too, because it gives a deeper insight into the process that I use to actually, in this case, heal, but whatever I'm talking about if I'm really self-reflecting for myself in a very deep way rather than for an audience. Um, I feel like there's a value in that depth that comes from that. So anyways, where I'm really at right now is like talking with my friend Carter Steinhoff the other day. It was really interesting. He was making some points about healing or not healing, and what really creates healing. And it made me think, it's like he said, his doing emotional work or trying to do sort of psychotherapeutic work in a group setting, which I've done with him. Um, yeah, I was in a group with him actually, and it's like this isn't helping me, and I'm like, you know what, I can kind of see where you're coming from, why this isn't really fixing the issue. It's like what would really fix the issue is actually um, making a big impact, right? Actually, actually changing society. That would be healing, you know. What would be healing? Because um, I have written about this in my book. That's one of the four elements of trauma. It's there's that sexual element. You're missing something sexually. There's the procedure itself, the violence of that procedure, which is horrible. Um, there's the fact that your parents did it to you, and there's that relational aspect. Um, and then there's the societal level, on which we live in a society where genital mutilation is just normal and okay, and you try to talk to people about it and they don't get it, or are resistant to it, and you hear jokes about it, and no one understands you. No one really gets how horrible you're feeling, or it feels like no one does anyways. It feels unacceptable to be traumatized. Um, you're constantly gaslit, which means um, invalidated, or you're told that your trauma isn't real. There is no such thing as circumcision trauma. What are you talking about? Um, um, to your face, and so explicitly and implicitly, sort of, it's just implied in the way that society is set up to continue allowing this to happen. That it's not a real trauma. If you're suffering from it, there's probably something wrong with you, right? Um, and that's kind of the feeling you get from everyone. If you even if you go to a therapist, right? They don't really get it. Even if they're a good therapist, even if they're like peripherally aware of the issue and like, oh yeah, that's probably bad. The vast majority of therapists don't really get it. Um, and even the ones that do aren't like, yeah, okay, so then let's fix society. It's like it feels like a lost cause to most people, because it seems like it's too big. And I think that's where the real brokenness is the hopelessness, because it's not hopeless. Um, it's not hopeless unless you make it hopeless. But the problem is the whole like intactivist culture itself can feel pretty hopeless at times. It feels like, you know, not of any fault to intactivists necessarily. I feel like it's the fact that we push so hard and we do so much, and it feels like the results are so hard to see or so minimal. Um, it feels hopeless, right? It feels like it's never going to work. It feels like when you try to tell people about this, you're talking to a brick wall. Um, and not always do. I feel like I'm right now kind of giving voice to that hopeless element of it, even though there are a lot of hopeful moments. I think those are easier to sort of get lost in the hopeless moments, which are more emotionally impactful because they're so dark and horrible, and there's a lot of them. It's and then the hopelessness. It's like you're facing this fucking. It's not working, and when you start to feel like it's not working, then you stop trying as hard. It's harder to like get your energy up every day and be like, okay, let's go and genital mutilation again, even though it's not fucking working. And then the more hopeless you become, the less effective you become because it's like you're not as high energy, you're not trying as hard. Um, so then you kind of get this air of hopelessness. It's like it's in the atmosphere and it's pushing everything down. Um, Pushing down the big thinking, the big ideas, the big actions that we would be taking. And not just like big like sort of publicity stunt like breaking through Eric Klopper style, you know. But like I think a lot of what is needed is actually probably going to be like really long-term sustained effort of slowly building through grassroots or through building up resources or um, some kind of more gradual approach that's still massive. I'm not knocking Eric Klopper or anything, by the way. I appreciate I appreciate it, but like it didn't work, right? I mean, it worked a little bit, but it didn't end circumcision or anything like I think he hoped it would. You know, it had a limited reach, and we can speculate as to the reasons why. But we need something that's just like so much more massive, not in again grandiosity, but in like um, I think probably a very slow build kind of way. And I don't know. I feel like I was ranting there a bit. I don't know what I'm actually what point I'm trying to make. Hopelessness is a problem for me. Um, yeah, it's like making this video. It's like, okay, I'm making a video. People will watch it. Some people, a few people, not many. You know, it's like partly I'm just sitting here talking to myself, uh, wishing something would happen. Um, I think the real issue is like, okay, I have a plan actually. You know, it's crazy, right? Because I have this whole intact community thing that I want to do, and I understand the steps. I've studied entrepreneurship. Like, I really get it. I get what I'd have to do. Um, I know that what I want to create is an organization, a community, a community organization, where people can come and not be hopeless, where people can come and have real conversations, connect with each other. Connection is so important, and you know, right now it's like I don't feel like there's enough of that in the intactivist movement. It's like if I want to connect with other people in the intactivist movement who are really working to end this and who are really hopeful and really think it will happen and kind of have this positive mindset I'm trying to create for myself, I don't even know exactly where to do that. I feel like most places I turn, it just feels so dark. So I do feel like I need a community for myself, a community of people who are hopeful and who are taking positive action. That's important, I think, what I just said. I want a positive community for myself, right? Um, I feel like I almost need to be more selfish in building this intact community organization that I want to build, and be focus more on like, what do I need from it, you know? Like if I could build it in such a way that it energizes me, then I feel like I would have endless potential to continue on. Right now, the problem I'm facing is that I get hopeless myself. I find it hard to continue focusing on activism in a sustainable way, because I start to focus on it and I'm like trying to do it, and then I just get overrun by thoughts about hating my parents, like, uh, and like hating life and feeling suicidal and hating my own body. It's like, fuck, I can't like operate on a high level, like trying to create an organization, organize people, facilitate discussions, all these things that I need to do. It's like I'm still overrun by this trauma that I've worked so much on. Like, fuck. Um, I don't know exactly what I need to do to fix that. Um, I think a big part of it is meditating more, frankly. Um, I haven't been very focused in my meditation. I have been meditating, kind of, but I haven't really been fully focused on it. It's just hard to make a priority when there's so much I have to achieve in my life. I'm tired. I am tired. This is a interesting meditation. Um, Breathing is good. Notice your breath. What I've been doing lately is just counting every breath in and out. So like 1, breathe in, 2, breathe out. 3, 4. Count with every in breath and every out breath. 2, 4. Not out loud, in my head. Um, it helps me stay focused on my breath. Also, I've been meditating while driving for Uber, which I don't know if that really actually works fully well. Yeah, it's been really hard to focus. I think it's important to develop your ability to focus when working with trauma, to develop your ability to direct your focus in the direction you want. The issue with trauma, right, is that it's intrusive. keeps on coming at you and coming into your brain when you don't want it there. Um, and you can try to push it down, and you might even succeed in pushing it down, although often then you become kind of dampened and your emotional experience becomes deadened or numbed out or dissociated, and you're just not there. You're you kind of just feel like Walking Dead or something. I never get that because I'm incapable of dissociating and numbing out. So, that's never been a problem for me. I just continually have this shit going through my head 24/7. I'm incapable of repressing. It's just not. Uh, it's not a capacity I have. I have no ability to do that. It's weird. I feel like it's a strange thing. Most people are able to repress. I mean, I can a little bit, but not very. I think it has to do with my ADHD, maybe. I just can't keep stuff pushed down. Not necessarily a good thing. But, learning to redirect your attention. You know, I use Facebook a lot. Just scrolling is not healthy or good, but like sometimes better than focusing on trauma, distraction. I'm not recommending Facebook by any means, but I'm guilty of it. Yeah, it's hard. Okay, I feel like this is not a productive discussion anymore. I think part of it was. I think there were like a few moments in there that were good. I really need to edit these videos better. Like, get an editor who like looks at it and is like, okay, you had like this like 10-second clip here that was really good. The rest of the video was shit, so we're just gonna discard the rest of that. But this 10-second clip was gold, man. Just take a 10-second clip from each of your videos, and you'll have like an epic speech. Isn't that what we all need, though? You know, I don't know if I'm unique in like having occasional good moments. Um, I am unique in that I'm gonna get rich and then find someone who will edit out just my good moments. That's what Gary Vee does, right? Gary Vee's probably just like a normal guy, but once in a while he says something that's like really interesting or cool. And since he's filmed 24/7, you know, you only see those things, and you're like, wow, this guy's awesome. Gary Vee's so cool. It's like, no, he's just filmed 24/7, and you only see his good moments. Sorry, Gary. um, I don't know if that's actually true, but trauma, man, it's a bad thing. We need to fix it. Addressing culture at large would be a good thing. I think I just need to do more trauma work. I don't know. Maybe I just need to do more trauma work. I don't fucking know. I'm feeling a little bit inspired after doing this video. Like, you know what? Maybe I can heal. You know, maybe I just need to do more work in certain areas. I have already healed part of it. I know I need to do more meditation, and that very much helps stabilize, so that I can do trauma work and do other things and just function normally. I need to stay on top of my meditation better. Not be like, oh yeah, I can meditate while I'm cooking. I'll just pay attention to my breath. It'll be great. Because that doesn't work. It doesn't actually happen. I need to actually meditate. But I don't have fucking 3 hours a day. If anyone wants to give me money, please give me money. Jordan Orell on Patreon. $1 a month. I will literally love you forever. I'm not going to do anything about it, except thank you. But like, I will love you forever if you give me $1 per month on Patreon. Because if all my subscribers did that, like, I'd be good. That'd be it. I'd be done. would be golden. So please, give me $1. Please. Would literally save my life. Um, yeah, feeling good. Feeling like if I do trauma work, if I meditate, and just keep on rolling on, work on building an organization gradually, piece by piece, building it up. Try to stay connected with those intactivists who inspire me and who are active and positive and helpful and doing their own inner work or whatever they need to do. Oh man, I find it hard to connect with people. I've got a bit of an autistic streak in me or something like that. I've also had pretty severe social anxiety for most of my life. That's kind of created some bad habits around forming relationships. As in, I don't have any. I have 0 friends, literally 0. No, I have like 1. I have like 1 or 2, maybe 1 or 2 at most. And it's because they reach out to me 100% of the time. Literally 100% of the time. I can't remember the last time that I reached out to someone, like just to talk. I don't know if I ever have. I don't know if that's ever happened. It's happened. There was one time when I was doing it intentionally over a few weeks, like every day, but then I kind of dropped it. Where was I going with that? Healing, meditation. Yeah, I feel like this is a good little pep talk for myself. Building an organization. You have to address each of the levels of trauma, right? Each of the aspects. I feel like I've kind of given up on trying to fix the thing with my parents. That's just not happening right now. I'm not talking to my dad anymore. I blocked him on my phone and on Facebook. So that happened. I just feel very lukewarm toward my mom. It's like, whatever, I can't even think about it. I can't even go there right now. But fixing society at large, that I could do. That I feel up to the challenge of creating this exponential organization. I feel up to the challenge of doing the trauma work on confronting the fact that I'm missing the best part of my penis sexually, and that sucks. What was the other part? Or 2? No, those are the 4 parts. Yeah. Gonna ignore the parents part. Just pretend that's not a thing for now. Society at large, using my organization to tackle that. Foreskin, grief. I should really get an EMDR therapist or something for that. I could also try to do it on my own, but I think it will help to have a therapist. So I think I'm going to do that as soon as I get to Portland. And what was the other part? Not holding this in my mind very well. Oh yeah, the trauma of the procedure itself being enacted on me. The violence of it. I've already processed. I mean, that's not a problem for me at this point. So, yeah, just those other 2 really to focus on right now. I feel like connecting with people also, just in general, is important. And I need to do that more. So, if you're getting anything out of this video, please let me know. And I hope it is providing some kind of value to you. Me reflecting on what I need for me. You could take this as an example of what you need to do for yourself, just like reflecting, journaling to yourself, basically, like talking to yourself about what you need, about your experience of this, of the different parts of it, of how it's affecting you, of what you want to do, how you see it. would recommend. Um, yeah, I really need to, god damn, there's not enough hours in the day, right? It's like I need to work on other parts of my life too. I don't have time to do anything else. I don't have time. I don't have the fucking time. So, it would be nice to do some music or social dancing or something. Have a fucking girlfriend. For once in 5 years. No, just kidding. It's only been 4 years. Right? 4 years. Okay, I'm leaving now. Bye.